Hey, it's America's man's man. Listen, I want to talk to Gen Z for a second because, millennials are a stupid generation. Every generation, here's the thing, is that every generation since the greatest generation has been rebelling against their fathers, their mothers, and they've been wrong. They've been wrong because ever since the greatest generation, I'm talking about the generation that fought in World War II to save you for the cause of American greatness, for Jesus Christ, my grandparents, good people, even though they weren't necessarily overt believers in Jesus Christ. These people, they're more solid than your parents, than my parents. They're more solid than anybody today. And it's all culminated in this, we've hit an all-new low in millennials. Why are millennials so stupid? Millennials are so stupid, like Greta Thunberg, for instance. She went into a bloody panic attack over the environment. But anyway, I want to tell you about a man who, America's man's man, like everybody else in America. But before America's man's man, there was a man, and is a man named Rush Limbaugh, and El Rushbo, as the illegals call him. And El Rushbo! Of course, they call me El Hombre de Americano. What do they say? Sorry. El Hombre de los Muchachos Americanos. Or, no. El Hombre de los Hombres Americanos. That's it. Yeah. I'm still trying to forget Spanish because, honestly, it's I should have learned Latin instead. Latin is so much more useful than Spanish. Anyway. So, unless you want to work at Taco Bell, yo quiero Taco Bell! Anyway, El Rushbo addressed Generation Z. Because, honestly, at this point, unless God shows me that I'm going to reach millennials, I went, and remember, I am a millennial. I'm pretty much done with millennial. Obviously I'm the smartest, or I'm one of the very smartest millennials, which isn't saying much because the greatest generation, those were good people, those were great people, selfless people, family people. The reason millennials are so freaking dumb, like Greta Thunberg or whatever her name is, the Asperger girl, whom the television said, "Oh, climate change, you're not going to live past 25 years. Oh no!" And she goes into a little fit because she's a young lady who, like most millennials, she gets her education from the television. Like Sesame Street, which induced an entire generation of fake news, lies, ripe for the taking, ADD, idiots. And that's what millennials are. Millennials are idiots. Millennials are, the boomers were the slacker generation. So yeah, I'm very tempted sometimes to say, okay, I'm not, but I notice a lot of, I got called a boomer the other day. They think, they don't know. I'm like, dude, or dudette, you're off by 2 generations. I'm a millennial, but I'm a smart millennial because I wasn't completely brainwashed by computers. I'm at the older age of the millennial spectrum. Anyway, most of my generation, I know the fake news just like Donald Trump because I used to be in it, and I was trained in the art of lying to people by the very best fake newsers. Dr. David Schaefer at Franciscan University taught me the ways of the fake news liar. Dr. Wayne Lewis at Franciscan University taught me the ways of the fake news liar. Dr. Joanne Storm of Franciscan University taught me the psychology of the butch lesbian. And so when you get, I'll tell you, Franciscan University, despite the air pollution, in fact, they're very honest. I got educated at Franciscan University. Now that's a place where you really do have to worry about the air quality, Franciscan University, because you see the fog from the steel mills. And by the way, steel mill workers are some of the straightest people ever. So, again, people watch The Simpsons, and anyway. But to get back on track here, before there was America's man's man that you know and love tremendously, thank you, there was a man named El Rushbo, as they call him in Mexico Haiti, and where they drink the tequila upside down. Val die Fish in die River. Before there was America's Man's Man, there was a man, there was and is a man named L. Rushbo addressing Generation Z, and I think they've got I think Rush Limbaugh has the right idea. He's talking directly to Generation Z because millennials are freaking stupid. Stupid. I went to school with this fellow. I'm not going to tell you his name because I believe there's hope for him because I'm his friend and he knows I'm a smart guy, and but he's like, oh, we have millennial values, like sticking the penis up the other ass, like that's a value. Those are my values. I'm a millennial. I'm so accepting of sticking the seed of life into the orifice of waste and death. Just stupid. Not value. Okay, sodomy is not a value. Okay, homosexuality is not a value. It's a sin. It's a sickness, and if you do it long enough, you're gonna start bleeding out of your bloody anus, and then I guess these transsexuals, this is why the ACLU is calling for putting tampons in men's restrooms, because, oh, man, I need tampon too. I don't know. It's not fair. Why do you give tampons to the... Anyway. Rush Limbaugh talks to Turning Point USA. I put a link on americasmansman.com. Check it out. It's pretty darn amazing. But check out Rush Limbaugh. You can find most of his podcasts. If you want to be stingy, go on YouTube. Just look up Rush Limbaugh. And by the way, I know you're probably a little bit distractible because you've grown up with a cell phone and you're from the cradle. So you're going to want to click on all the other awful stuff YouTube is trying to sell you on. Probably late night comedic hacks who, they're just, I disrespect. There's nobody less worthy of respect than the late night comedy hacks anyway, they're not even worth mentioning. But YouTube is going to try to pitch them to you when you're going to look for Rush Limbaugh. Don't get distracted. Go straight to all of Rush Limbaugh's recent commentaries, and climate change is a hoax. You are going to be absolutely fine unless we continue to allow people to keep each other up the ass, because that's not cool. That's, then everybody's bleeding out of their their butt, which I believe is what the most stringent butch lesbian feminists want, because then that's their way that they want to make everybody equal, I guess. Like, well, if we Anyway, that's as far as we're going to take that thought. But anyway, follow me at americasmansman.com, and while you're there, click on that link to Rush Limbaugh expounding on his very profound remarks to Turning Point USA. I'm about to give up on millennials. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe God maybe God will save the millennial generation. But at this point, like fallmusical.com, it's ahead of its time. It's so far ahead of its time. I don't think millennials are ready for it, because millennials have been so brainwashed by the fake news. Millennials know they're dumb. Millennials wake up in the morning and they're like, let me go get my chai mocha latte at Starbucks, and maybe I'll just I'll sit in Starbucks for a little bit. And, but what is it? It's the there's just no... Oh, avocado. If I eat enough avocado... americasmansman.com. Check out Rush Limbaugh's address to Turning Point USA. Generation Z. Your parents are stupid if you have millennial parents. Even if you have boomer parents. Boomers are smarter than millennials, though. So before you go call someone a boomer, or you say, okay, boomer, okay, boomer, first of all, make sure that they're actually a boomer and not one of your fellow millennials. I know, I'm just so masculine. I'm just such a man that sometimes I get confused with that cool, suave amazingness of the good generations of ages and Christmas past. Merry Christmas, by the way. And but before you say, okay, boomer, just know that if boomers are dumb, what does that make you? You wayward millennial. For God and country, I'm America's Mansman.